हेलो हाय एवरीवन। आज हम लोग ऑफ़र और इनविटेशन टू ऑफ़र के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। तो ऑफ़र और इनविटेशन ऑफ़र का मतलब क्या होता है ये जानने की कोशिश करेंगे। सबसे पहली चीज़ तो कुछ कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जो पर्टिकुलर पर्सन होता है उसकी इंटेंशन नहीं होती कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को क्रिएट करने की, बल्कि उसकी इंटेंशन होती है कि कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन पर्टिकुलर पर्सन्स के पास जाए और उसके बाद उस इंफॉर्मेशन के बेसिस पे उनकी तरफ से जो इंडिविजुअल्स है जिनको वो इंफॉर्मेशन गई है उनकी तरफ से कोई एक पर्टिकुलर ऑफर आए। सो द particular aspect which we are dealing with is totally dependent upon the intention of the parties, whether the parties intend to make an offer or their intention is just to provide the particular information so that the persons should come to them with an offer. Usually sometimes it happens that a person may not offer to sell his goods, but will make some statements or give some information with a view to invite the offers or to make the offers on that basis. So taking here an example of a case, Harris versus Nickerson, 1873. In this particular case also, अगर हम ये बात करें कि से फॉर एग्जांपल एक ऑक्शन सेल थी, एक ऑक्शन सेल कंडक्ट की गई टू सेल अ प्रॉपर्टी, एंड उस ऑक्शन सेल में जो पर्टिकुलर ऑक्शनर है और उसने क्या किया, सेल लगाई, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा हाईएस्ट बिड हुई। नाउ उस ऑक्शनर के पास ये राइट है कि वो हाईएस्ट बिड को एक्सेप्ट करे या ना करे। कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो उस हाईएस्ट बिड को एक्सेप्ट करे। सो दिस पर्टिकुलर केस, और ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि वो ऑक्शन की जो पर्टिकुलर चीज़ें हो रही थी उसको एडवर्टाइजमेंट को जो है उसके बाद ऑक्शन को एडवर्टाइज़ किया उसने कि ऑक्शन होगा, और उसके बाद उसने उस ऑक्शन को कैंसिल कर दिया। ये भी राइट उसके पास है, और उसको कैंसिल करने के बाद कोई उसके ऊपर लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन नहीं आती कि वो किसी के एक्सपेंसेस को बियर करे अगर उसके उस पर्टिकुलर एक्ट से किसी ने कोई एक्सपेंडिचर किया है तो ट्रैवल करने के लिए। So this particular case of Harris versus Nicholson was one of the dealing with one of the aspects which relates to auctioneer. इसमें जो रिस्पोंडेंट था उसके अगेंस्ट में पेटिशनर ने कंप्लेंट फाइल की थी और एक्शन फाइल किया था कि पहले तो ऑक्शन रखा गया और उसके बाद उस ऑक्शन को कैंसिल कर दिया गया, और उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जो है प्लेंटिफ को नहीं थी, और प्लेंटिफ उसके बेसिस पे उस ऑक्शन की प्लेस में ट्रैवल करके पहुंच गया। तो नाउ ही वाज ब्रिंगिंग अ सिविल एक्शन अगेंस्ट द रिस्पोंडेंट टू get the amount of expenses which he has incurred in for the purpose of traveling to the particular place where the auction was to be held. So it was held that he was not entitled to the same, as there was yet no contract between the two parties which could make the defendant liable. Same is an example whereby there is a store, pharmaceutical store, whereby the medicines are placed on the rack with the amount stated on the particular shelf, on the front of the particular shelf, and a particular person comes into the pharmaceutical shop and he in a basket he keeps all the medicines, and later on when he comes to the place where the billing is to be done, or the billing counter, and at that point of time some of the medicines were the particular person who was there in the billing area, he declined to give the particular medicine to the particular person, and it was held that it was just merely an invitation to offer. The information was there on the shelf, and as soon as the particular person picks up the medicine and takes it to the place of the billing counter, and that is the offer made by the particular person, and it is up to the other party whether it accepts the offer or rejects the same. And he does not become bound by just the information given, or because there has not been any contract which has been created. So this was a case of Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain versus Boots Cash Chemist. It was held that if an intending buyer was willing to purchase the goods at the price mentioned on the tag, he could make an offer to buy the goods. The shopkeeper had the option to accept the offer or to reject the same. The contract would arise only when the offer was accepted. No customer can force the shopkeeper to sell the goods at the price mentioned on the tag. It is in this instant case that the defendants were having a business of retail sale of drugs. Medicines were displayed on the shelves and their retail price were also indicated. They had self-service system. On entry into the shop, a customer was given a wire basket. After selecting the articles needed by a customer, he could put them in the basket and take them to the cash desk. The defendant had put the authorized to stop any customer removing any drug from the premises, and it was held that the display of the articles even on a self-service basis was not an offer, but was mere an invitation to treat. Now we'll be further discussing about, I hope this aspect of offer and invitation to offer has been completely understood, and I am now going forward with the differences between an offer and a invitation to offer. If you see, section 2a defines proposal, which means that one party signifies his willingness to do or not to do something, whereas in the invitation to proposal, the party is merely supplying an information and there is no willingness which is signified at that point of time. Secondly, if an agreement starts with a proposal, then there are two stages involved. Firstly, the proposal, and secondly, the acceptance. Whereas in an agreement, uh, if an agreement starts with an invitation to proposal, there are three stages. सबसे पहली चीज़ आती है invitation to proposal. That means applying of the information to the person, and on the basis of the information, the particular person comes up with an offer or the proposal. So invitation to proposal, then proposal, and the acceptance of the same. There are three stages in invitation to proposal: the invitation to proposal, the proposal, and the acceptance to the proposal. In the third point, if we see in the proposal, the proposal is the part of the agreement, but on the other hand, if you see, invitation to proposal is not a part of the agreement. The object of the proposal is to obtain the assent of the particular other party, whereas the object of the invitation to proposal is to obtain the proposal from the other party. इन्विटेशन टू प्रपोजल का मतलब हुआ कि सामने से प्रपोजल आएगा और तुम फिर एक्सेप्टेंस दोगे, और फिर जब तुम उस ऑफर को एक्सेप्ट कर लोगे तो आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फॉर्म होगा, एग्रीमेंट फॉर्म होगा. In case of proposal, the burden of acceptance is on the person to whom the proposal is made. But in the case of invitation to proposal, the burden of acceptance lies upon the person who has made the invitation to proposal. So this was the whole difference between what do you understand by the term proposal and what do you understand by the term invitation to proposal. Please do keep sharing, liking, and subscribing to my channel. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.